Have you ever looked at your cat curled up in a sunbeam and just marveled at their tiny purring perfection? They seem so serene, so utterly in their own world. But don't let that fluffy exterior fool you. Your cat, despite their dainty paws and charming meows, believes they are a grand, epic lion, a formidable guardian appointed solely to protect you. They don't see themselves as a small, cuddly companion. They see themselves as your personal furry bodyguard, always on alert, always ready to leap into action. And why? Because they love you deeply and fiercely. It's a love that translates into an innate desire to keep you safe even from things you never knew were dangerous. So, what exactly triggers this hidden guardian mode in our feline friends? Well, it turns out some of the most common everyday sounds you make can send their tiny protector senses into overdrive. They're listening always. Their ears, those finely tuned antennas, are constantly picking up on cues that we often overlook. They're analyzing your every sigh, every laugh, every sudden noise. And when certain sounds emerge from your face, it's like a secret signal, a call to action for your furry little sentinel. Let's talk about the first one, the one you probably do all the time without even thinking when you talk to them, or to anyone with a high-pitched or particularly emotional voice. You might be cooing at them using that special baby talk voice we all reserve for our pets. Or perhaps you're caught up in a dramatic movie scene, or even worse, maybe you're just having a really bad day and your voice cracks with emotion. Have you ever wondered why in these moments your cat suddenly appears from seemingly nowhere? Their eyes fixed on you with an intense gaze, or perhaps they start to rub against your legs with unusual fervor. It's not just a coincidence, it's their protective instinct kicking in. Research like studies by Yamamoto and colleagues shows that cats aren't just hearing a jumble of sounds, they can actually discriminate between different human vowel sounds. This means they are listening to the nuances in your voice. They recognize your unique vocal signature. So when your voice shifts, especially to a higher pitch or a more emotional tone, it's like an alarm bell ringing in their sensitive ears. When you're happy and making those high-pitched sounds, they often perceive it as an elevation in your energy, a state of heightened emotion they want to share. They might respond by purring intensely, headbutting you gently, or even bringing you a toy as if inviting you to share their joy and ensure your good mood continues. It's their way of strengthening that precious bond, joining you in your happiness. Think of it as them saying, "Yes, human, I approve of this joy. Let me contribute to it with my purrs and nudges." But the protective response becomes even more pronounced, more urgent, when your voice is laced with distress, sadness, or even anger. When your voice becomes strained with tears or rises in frustration, your cat's ancient instincts kick in. They perceive your heightened emotional state as a sign that their beloved human, a vulnerable member of their cherished pride, might be in trouble. They are wired deep down in their feline brains to protect their social group. Have you ever been sobbing over a sad movie, a bad day at work, or even a breakup only for your feline friend to hop onto your chest? Start purring relentlessly, kneading your clothes, seemingly trying to purr away your pain? Or maybe you've been caught up in a heated discussion on the phone, your voice rising in frustration only to look down and find your cat staring up at you with wide, concerned eyes. Perhaps even letting out a worried meow as if asking, "Are you okay? Human, what's wrong? Do I need to fight this phone?" Their actions are far from random. They might pace nervously around you, trying to get between you and the perceived threat, which could be the phone, the TV, or even just the invisible source of your sadness. They might lick your tears, nudge your hand, or settle firmly on your lap, purring their deepest purr, offering comfort and reassurance. It's their profound way of trying to fix your emotional state, because your well-being is intrinsically linked to theirs. For them, your sadness or anger isn't just an emotion. It's a potential danger that needs to be addressed, preferably by their unwavering presence and comforting fur. This isn't just a display of affection. It's a powerful declaration of their protective love, a testament to their role as your personal emotional support animal and guardian. But your voice isn't the only unexpected trigger for your cat's inner bodyguard. There are other peculiar sounds our bodies make that can send their defenses soaring, making them leap into action in ways you'd never expect. We just talked about how your voice, whether high-pitched with joy or strained with sadness, can act like a secret siren call for your feline guardian. But what about those other, perhaps less melodic noises that come out of us? I'm talking about the sudden explosive sound of a sneeze, the ragged cough that catches in your throat, or even that involuntary gasp when you're startled. These are sounds we barely think twice about, just everyday bodily functions. But to your cat. Oh, to your cat, these are signals of distress, potential injury, or even a sudden, inexplicable threat that has dared to attack their beloved human. Imagine it for a moment. You're peacefully scrolling through your phone, perhaps lost in a video when suddenly, achoo! A powerful sneeze erupts from you, startling you almost as much as it startles anyone else in the room. What's your cat's immediate reaction? Did they bolt upright, ears swiveling like tiny radar dishes, eyes wide and fixed on your face? Perhaps they were sleeping soundly, and the sheer force of your expulsion caused them to leap straight into the air, landing ready for action. To us, it's just a sneeze, a quick expulsion of air. To them, it's an unexpected, violent burst of sound emanating directly from you. They don't understand allergies or common colds. All they know is that their human, their safe and predictable constant, just made a terrifying, uncharacteristic noise that sounds like pain or alarm. Their protective instincts immediately kick in. What happens next is a clear demonstration of their profound love and concern. Instead of simply turning away or looking at you with a detached indifference, they often spring into action. They might rush over, weaving through your legs, purring a deep, rumbling purr as if to say, "Are you okay? What was that? I'm here." Some cats might even take a more direct approach, sniffing intently at your nose and mouth as if trying to locate the source of the problem. It's an investigative act fueled by genuine worry. They're trying to figure out if you're hurt, if there's a predator lurking unseen that caused such a violent reaction, or if they need to intervene. And it's not just sneezes. Think about a sudden coughing fit. That deep, rattling sound, the way your body might convulse, can be incredibly alarming to a creature whose world relies on subtle cues and predictable routines. Your cat might jump onto your lap paw at your chest, or even gently headbutt you, attempting to offer comfort, or literally knock sense back into you all while making reassuring purring sounds. They are trying to soothe you, to bring you back to your normal, calm state. It's an almost parental instinct, isn't it? They're trying to nurture you back to health, to chase away whatever invisible ailment is making you sound so distressed. I remember once I was startled by a loud noise outside the window. A car backfiring, I think. And I gasped a sharp, involuntary intake of breath. My cat, who was lounging seemingly oblivious on the couch, was instantly on high alert. He didn't just look, he launched himself towards me, landed squarely on my chest, and started vigorously headbutting my chin, purring louder than I'd ever heard him. It was as if he was trying to reset me, or perhaps to infuse me with his own calm energy. It was a clear message: I'm here. You are safe with me. That sound was nothing, and if it was something, I would protect you. This behavior isn't just cute. It's rooted in their deep bond with you and their evolutionary past. For thousands of years, cats have been domesticating themselves alongside humans, and that bond has created a unique interspecies relationship. They view you as part of their family, their colony, their pride. And within any social group, the well-being of each member is paramount for the survival of the whole. When your well-being seems compromised by a sudden violent sound, their inherent drive to protect their loved ones takes over. They literally can't help themselves. They must ensure you're okay. So the next time you sneeze, cough, or gasp, unexpectedly pay attention to your cat's reaction. See how their eyes widen, how they might rush to your side or offer a comforting purr. Instead of just a funny quirk, recognize it for what it truly is: a powerful, undeniable testament to their love and their fierce dedication to being your personal furry guardian. They don't just share your home, they share your life, and they are always, always ready to protect you from the perceived dangers of the world, even if those dangers are just a little ahoo. But what happens when the danger isn't a sudden sound, but a prolonged silence? What about those times when you're completely still, perhaps for a very long time, and your cat suddenly decides it's an emergency? We've talked about how your cat reacts to the sudden sounds you make, from emotional conversations to a startling sneeze. They're constantly listening, processing, and responding to your immediate state. But what happens when the danger isn't a sudden jarring sound, but a prolonged, unsettling silence? What about those blissful, sometimes too long stretches when you're utterly still, completely unresponsive, simply sleeping? Ah, the glorious weekend lie-in. You're wrapped in your softest duvet, dreaming the sweetest dreams, perhaps even hitting the snooze button for the third time. The world outside can wait, but inside your home, a small, furry alarm clock is observing your state with increasing concern. To you, it's rest. To your cat, your extended period of unconsciousness can be perceived as an emergency, a baffling and potentially dangerous situation that absolutely requires their immediate intervention. Think about it from their perspective. For most of their waking hours, you are the center of their universe. You move, you make sounds, you interact, you provide food, comfort, and entertainment. You are a predictable, active presence. But when you're deeply asleep, especially for what feels like an eternity, to a creature operating on a different biological clock, you become utterly still, silent, and unresponsive. In the wild, an unresponsive member of the pride or colony is a vulnerable one. They could be injured, ill, or even worse. Your cat, with their ancient instincts still humming beneath their purr, doesn't distinguish between a peaceful slumber and a state of complete incapacitation. All they know is that their beloved human, their provider, their protector, is suddenly offline. This lack of interaction, this profound stillness, creates a sense of unease for them. They thrive on routine and predictability, and your extended sleep throws a wrench into their carefully constructed daily rhythm. There's a subtle but significant anxiety that begins to build. As research suggests, cats living indoors while safe can sometimes develop substitute behaviors to compensate for a lack of natural stimulation. When you're unresponsive, it's like a key part of their environment has gone dormant, and they feel an innate need to reactivate it to regain control and reassurance. So how does your fluffy guardian typically respond to this perceived crisis? It usually starts gently, almost deceptively. You might first notice a soft, rhythmic purring right next to your ear, a vibrating little engine of love attempting to soothe you awake. Then perhaps a gentle headbutt, a soft nudge of their head against yours, or a delicate paw tap on your face, almost like, "Pardon me, human, but are you quite all right in there?" They might begin kneading your chest or stomach, rhythmically pushing their paws into you, a comfort behavior from their kittenhood. Perhaps subconsciously trying to nurture you back to wakefulness. If these subtle cues fail to rouse you, the emergency escalates. The purring grows louder, almost insistent, vibrating through your entire body. The headbutts become firmer, the paw taps a bit more urgent. You might suddenly feel a furry weight on your chest as they strategically position themselves to block your breathing, or view staring intensely into your face with wide, unblinking eyes that seem to say, "Wake up, I command thee." This is often accompanied by their most effective weapon, the alarm clock meow. Not the sweet, gentle greeting meow, but a resonant, often drawn-out wail, sometimes escalating into a chorus of varied vocalizations, a clear plea for your attention. And if that doesn't work well, then it's time for the desperate measures. I've had cats who would gently, then not so gently, bat at my eyelashes or nose with a paw. Others might begin licking my hair or even my face, a rather effective, if slightly slobbery, wake-up call. Some, in their ultimate frustration, resort to the classic knock it off the nightstand maneuver, sending your phone glasses or water bottle clattering to the floor with a satisfying crash. And then there are the toe biters, those mischievous ones who'll gently nip at an exposed foot or perhaps even attempt to play with your hair as if it were a toy, anything to get a reaction. It's easy to get annoyed when your cat wakes you up at 5 a.m. on a Saturday, especially when you feel like you just closed your eyes. But instead of just seeing it as an inconvenience, try to shift your perspective. This isn't just about them wanting breakfast, though. That's certainly a motivating factor sometimes. More often, it's a profound display of concern. They need you to be awake and active, not just for their food, but for their own sense of security and well-being. You are the stable, predictable element in their world, and when that element becomes stagnant, it alarms them. So the next time your cat becomes your furry, insistent alarm, remember, that behind those demanding meows and persistent nudges lies a heart full of love and a deeply ingrained protective instinct. They aren't just trying to get your attention, they're genuinely worried about your prolonged stillness. You are their everything, and they need to make sure you're okay, ready to interact, ready to be the wonderful human they love and rely on. It's truly incredible, isn't it, to have such a dedicated furry watchdog who insists on your wakefulness? But what about when you voluntarily enter a space that cats famously despise? A place that to them might seem like a watery, perilous void. What happens when you decide to take a bath or a shower? We've explored how your cat reacts to the sounds you make, from your high-pitched excitement to your sudden sneezes and even the alarming stillness of your sleep. Each of these moments triggers a specific, profound response from your furry guardian. But there's another situation, a very common one, that often sends our cats into a frenzy of concern, perhaps even overriding one of their deepest instincts when you step into the water. We all know the stereotype, right? Cats hate water. And for the most part, it's true. A quick Google search will show you countless videos of cats reacting to baths with comical horror, their fur puffed up eyes wide with indignation. Their natural instinct tells them that water, especially a large body of it, is something to be avoided. It weighs down their fur, makes them feel vulnerable, and strips away their carefully applied natural oils and scents, which for a cat is akin to losing a part of their identity. So knowing this innate aversion, isn't it truly remarkable? Even astounding what some cats will do when you decide to immerse yourself in the great watery abyss of your bathtub or shower. You might be enjoying a relaxing soak, the warm water soothing your muscles, or perhaps you're simply taking a quick, refreshing shower to start your day. You're feeling utterly safe, completely at ease. But to your cat? To them, you have willingly and perhaps foolishly entered a perilous wet trap. They see you, their beloved human, naked, vulnerable, and surrounded by that terrifying, glistening liquid. You're splashing, making strange sounds, and what's worse, you're not as agile or in control as usual. You're exposed. From their perspective, it's a deeply concerning sight. Their primal instincts kick in. In the wild, an animal in water, especially when wet and heavy, is an easy target for predators. Your cat, seeing you in this compromised state, feels an overwhelming urge to protect you, even if it means confronting their own deep-seated fear of water. Research suggests that cats feel safer when they are near their owners, particularly in situations where they perceive their human to be vulnerable. And let's be honest, few things make us look more vulnerable than being sudsy and exposed in a shower. So, what are the telltale signs of their watery rescue mission? It usually starts with an anxious vigil. They might sit just outside the bathroom door, letting out worried, questioning meows. If the door is open, they'll often position themselves right at the edge of the tub, or shower their eyes glued to your every movement. You might see them pacing back and forth, ears swiveling, trying to assess the danger. They might even try to paw at the shower curtain or reach under it, as if trying to pull you out of the watery depths. I've heard countless stories and experienced it myself of cats perching precariously on the edge of the tub, just inches from the splashing water, vocalizing their distress. Some will stand on the toilet lid, peering over their tail, swishing with agitated concern. It's a true display of devotion, isn't it? They are literally putting themselves in a situation they despise, facing their fears, all for you. Instead of retreating to a safe dry spot, they bravely come to the perceived rescue. It's their version of a lifeguard, a fluffy four-legged sentinel ensuring you don't drown in the giant drinking bowl. Some cats might even take it a step further. I once had a cat who, when I was in the shower, would meticulously lick the condensation off the glass door, as if he was trying to drink away the dangerous water before it could engulf me entirely. Others might try to paw at your wet hair as you emerge or rub frantically against your legs, almost as if trying to dry you off and restore you to your proper, dry, non-vulnerable state. It's their way of saying, "You made it. You survived the great wet monster. Never do that again, human." This isn't just curiosity. It's a testament to the powerful bond you share. Their instinct to protect you, their beloved family member, overrides their discomfort and fear of water. They see you in your most exposed state, and their inner lion roars, demanding they stand guard. They are showing you in no uncertain terms that your safety and well-being are paramount, even when it means facing the dreaded H2O. So the next time you hear those worried meows from the bathroom, or see those concerned eyes peering at you through the shower curtain, remember it's not just your cat being clingy, it's your personal furry bodyguard bravely venturing into a terrifying watery realm just to ensure you emerge safe and sound. It's a truly heartwarming, if sometimes amusing display of their deep protective love. But what if the perceived danger isn't a sound or a prolonged silence or even a literal flood? What happens when the danger is something far more subtle, something only your cat's incredibly sensitive nose can detect? What if the threat is you when you smell a little bit different? We've journeyed through the sounds you make, from your voice's emotional pitches to your sudden sneezes, and even explored the alarming silence of your sleep or the strange vulnerability of your bath. In each scenario, your cat's protective instincts kicked in, showcasing their profound love and dedication. But there's one more incredibly subtle yet deeply significant trigger for your feline bodyguard when your smell changes. Think about it. Our world is dominated by sight and sound, but for a cat, scent is a primary language, a rich tapestry of information that shapes their reality. A cat's nose is astonishingly powerful, far more sensitive than a human's, packed with millions of olfactory receptors that allow them to detect the most minute changes in their environment. They can read a room just by sniffing the air, identifying other animals, people, and even subtle shifts in mood through scent cues. For them, scent is identity territory and safety all rolled into one. And your scent. Oh, your scent is their anchor. It's the most familiar, comforting, and reassuring smell in their entire world. It's the scent of home, of safety, of their beloved human, who provides food, shelter, and affection. Your unique individual smell is like a signature that tells them this is my person. This is where I belong. Everything is okay. So, what happens when that familiar, comforting scent suddenly shifts even just slightly? To you, it might be a new perfume, a different brand of laundry detergent, the lingering smell of a coworker's pet from your clothes, or perhaps even the sterile scent of a hospital from a recent visit. You might not even notice it yourself. But to your cat, it's an immediate, unsettling anomaly. It's like a sudden jarring chord in a familiar song or a strange new pattern woven into their favorite blanket. It's not you anymore, or at least not the familiar you. This change in your personal aroma can trigger a primal confusion, even alarm in your feline friend. They're trying to reconcile the sight and sound of you with this unfamiliar scent. Is this still their human? Has something happened to you? Have you been contaminated by an unknown entity? Their protective instincts, finely tuned to detect any threat to their beloved human, go on high alert. Have you ever come home after visiting a friend with a dog, or perhaps after a vet visit where you held another animal and your cat suddenly acts strange? Maybe they approach you cautiously, sniffing you intently from head to toe, their nose twitching rapidly. They might look at you with a puzzled expression, a tiny wrinkle appearing between their brows as if to say, "Who is this imposter? And what have they done with my human's familiar smell?" Their actions can vary, but they all stem from this deep-seated concern. They might start rubbing their cheeks and flanks against you with an almost frantic intensity, headbutting your legs, your arms, your face. This isn't just affection, it's a powerful act of rescenting. They are literally trying to cover your alien smell with their own familiar, comforting scent, marking you as theirs, again reaffirming your place in their territory and within their colony. It's like they're saying, "No, no, you smell all wrong. Let me fix you. Let me remind you who you are and who you belong to." Some cats might even become a bit agitated, perhaps batting playfully or not so playfully at your clothes, or sniffing aggressively at your shoes as if trying to chase away the offending foreign scent. Others might become intensely vigilant, pacing around you, or sitting guardedly nearby, their eyes darting around the room, searching for the source of this contamination. They're on the lookout for the unseen intruder, the potential threat that has dared to alter their human's essential identity. I once spent a few hours volunteering at an animal shelter, and despite changing my clothes, my cat gave me the most intense sniff down I've ever experienced when I got home. He sniffed my hands, my hair, even my shoes with such focused scrutiny before finally headbutting my legs repeatedly. It wasn't until he had thoroughly marked me again that he finally settled down, purring deeply, clearly reassured that his human was back to normal, and safely his. This seemingly minor change in scent triggers such a strong reaction because, for your cat, your smell is fundamentally tied to your health and safety. A deviation could imply illness danger or separation from the familiar safe environment. They need to ensure you are truly okay, that you haven't been compromised, and that you are indeed the same beloved human they rely on. It's a profound display of their love, their reliance on you, and their unwavering commitment to keeping you within their safe sphere of influence. Isn't it incredible to think about the intricate ways our cats perceive and protect us? From the sounds we make to our periods of stillness to the very scent we carry, they are always watching, always listening, always smelling, ready to step in as our personal devoted guardians. They aren't just pets. They are deeply intuitive members of our family, seeing dangers and anomalies that we could never detect. Indeed, having a cat is like having your own personal furry bodyguard, tirelessly on duty, always ready to protect you from the perceived perils of the world, even if those perils are just a new scent. But their protective nature is truly just the beginning. There are even deeper, more profound ways your cat shows their absolute favorite human, just how much they love them, signals that are even more intense and personal. We've just journeyed through some truly fascinating and often hilarious ways our feline friends act as our personal bodyguards. We've seen how a shift in your voice from a joyful squeal to a frustrated sigh can send them scurrying to your side trying to comfort or assess the threat. We've explored how a sudden sneeze or an unexpected cough can transform them into vigilant healers, sniffing out invisible dangers or trying to purr your discomfort away. We've even observed their profound worry when you're utterly still in sleep, urging you back to wakefulness with insistent meows and gentle paw taps, believing your prolonged rest is a crisis. And who could forget their brave, albeit often bewildered attempts to guard you from the terrifying abyss of the bathtub, overcoming their deepest fears to ensure your safety from the dreaded water. Finally, we recognize the powerful message behind their intense sniffing and rescenting when your familiar aroma shifts, signaling a profound need to affirm your safety and belonging. Isn't it absolutely wonderful and just a little bit mind-boggling to realize that your adorable, often aloof cat is actually this fiercely devoted sentinel? They might seem to spend their days napping in sunbeams, chasing dust bunnies, or demanding head scratches, but beneath that soft fur beats the heart of a lion, utterly dedicated to your well-being. They're not just sharing your home. They are actively participating in your life, constantly monitoring your state, interpreting your every sound, every stillness, every scent as potential calls to action. It's easy to take these behaviors for granted, to dismiss them as mere quirks or attention-seeking antics. But when you truly understand the why behind their actions, it transforms your perception. It's not just a cat being a cat. It's your cat demonstrating their deep, unconditional love and loyalty in ways that are uniquely feline. They don't have words to tell you they care, but they have purrs that vibrate through your soul, nudges that ground you, and an unwavering presence that speaks volumes. They are saying in their own silent furry language, "You are my person. You are my family. And I will protect you from anything and everything real or imagined." Think about the peace of mind that comes with knowing you have such a dedicated guardian. Instead of feeling alone, you have a constant companion who sees you as their most prized possession. Instead of worrying if your cat truly cares, you have tangible, adorable evidence of their protective instincts. It's an unspoken promise, a beautiful testament to the unique bond we share with these magnificent creatures. They make us feel safe, cherished, and incredibly loved. They literally dedicate their small, furry lives to ensuring ours are peaceful and secure. Having a cat means having your own personal shadow, a furry four-legged bodyguard who may not be able to wield a sword, but who will certainly try to purr the demons away, or bravely swat at that rogue dust bunny that might threaten your peace. They might not understand the complexities of human emotions, but they certainly understand the profound importance of your well-being. And that in itself is one of the most heartwarming aspects of having a cat, isn't it? To be loved so completely, so instinctively by a creature who views you as the most precious thing in their world. So the next time your cat races to your side after a loud cough, or stares intently at you from the bathroom door, or insists on waking you from a deep sleep, take a moment to truly appreciate it. It's not just a cute habit, it's a profound declaration of love, a beautiful, furry thank you note for being their person. You are their everything, and they are your devoted guardian. But protection is just the beginning. While these actions reveal their deep care, there are even more intimate, subtle, and truly special things your cat does, behaviors they reserve only for their absolute favorite human. These are the signs of a bond so strong, so unique, that they transcend mere protection and delve into the very heart of feline affection, and they're way more intense. We've just spent time marveling at how your cat, your tiny lion, acts as your unwavering protector. We saw their concern in your voice, their alarm at your sneezes, their desperate need to rouse you from sleep, their bravery in the face of the dreaded bath, and their meticulous efforts to rescent you when your aroma changes. It's truly heartwarming, isn't it, to know that this fluffy creature who sometimes seems to exist only for naps and snacks is actually on constant bodyguard duty for you. They see danger where we see a cough and vulnerability where we see a shower, all out of profound instinctual love. But what if I told you that their protective nature, while incredibly sweet, is just the tip of the iceberg? That there are even deeper, more intimate, and truly special ways your cat shows their affection. These aren't just acts of protection. These are profound declarations of trust, vulnerability, and undeniable devotion, behaviors they reserve only for the human they consider their absolute favorite. These are the signals that say, "You are my world. You are my safe space. I love you more than words could ever express." Let's dive into these more intense displays of feline affection, because once you recognize them, your bond with your cat will deepen even further. First up, the cat kiss. You know the one. You're looking at your cat, they're looking at you, and then ever so slowly their eyes begin to close. Just a gentle, languid blink, held for a moment, then slowly opening again. It's subtle, almost imperceptible if you're not looking for it. And then, if you're lucky, they'll do it again. This isn't just a sleepy blink. This is one of the most powerful and intimate gestures a cat can offer. It's a sign of profound trust and contentment, their version of saying, "I love you. I trust you completely. I feel utterly safe in your presence." Think about it in the wild. An animal closing its eyes even for a second makes it vulnerable. It's a moment where they can't see potential threats. For a cat to intentionally close its eyes while looking at you means they feel absolutely no threat from you. Quite the opposite, in fact. They are telling you that you are their safe harbor, their sanctuary. When your cat gives you a slow blink, it's their way of mirroring a deep, relaxed connection, a signal passed down through generations of felines who use it to express peaceful intent and affection to other trusted members of their colony. It's a nonverbal "I love you" that speaks volumes. And the best part, you can give it right back. Next time your cat slow blinks at you, try slowly blinking back. Watch their reaction. Often they'll reciprocate, deepening that silent, beautiful conversation of love. Next, let's talk about a behavior that might seem a little odd to us, but for a cat, it's the ultimate act of familial love when your cat tries to groom you. Yes, I'm talking about that rough, sandpaper-like tongue attempting to clean your hair, your arm, or even your face. It might tickle or feel a bit strange, but please don't pull away. This is called allogrooming, and it's a deeply significant behavior rooted in their earliest days. When cats are kittens, their mother meticulously grooms them not just to keep them clean, but to bond with them, to reinforce their place in the family unit, and to distribute scent. As they grow, cats continue to groom each other within their social group, their trusted colony. When your cat tries to groom you, they are treating you as an integral, cherished member of their most intimate family. They are literally trying to integrate you into their pride to make you one of them. It's a remarkable sign of affection, indicating that they perceive you as completely trustworthy, someone they want to care for just as they would their own offspring or a beloved sibling. It's an act that requires immense trust. They are putting their mouth, their most vulnerable tool for survival, directly onto you. They are offering you the same care and comfort they would offer another cat they deeply love. So the next time your cat starts meticulously licking your hair or trying to scrub your hand with their tongue, resist the urge to pull away. Understand that this isn't just quirky behavior, it's a powerful declaration. You are my family, you belong with me. and I will care for you just as I care for myself. These are just two examples of the truly profound ways our cats show their deepest affection. They move beyond basic protection into a realm of intimate trust and unconditional love. But trust me, there's even more to discover, more subtle, beautiful signals that your cat reserves exclusively for you, their chosen human, the person who holds the absolute key to their tiny purring heart. And these behaviors tell an even more powerful story of devotion. In our last conversation, we talked about how your amazing cat acts as your personal purring protector, reacting to your every sound, your periods of stillness, and even the subtle changes in your scent. We learned about the cat kiss, that slow, languid blink of deep trust, and the endearing if sometimes scratchy act of allogrooming where they try to clean you as if you were one of their own cherished kittens. These are powerful, intimate gestures, aren't they? They move beyond mere protection into a realm of deep affection and unquestioning belonging. But believe it or not, there's even more to uncover. Even more profound ways your cat expresses that you are their chosen human, the absolute center of their universe. These are the behaviors that truly seal the bond, revealing a love so fierce and unique, it can almost bring tears to your eyes. Let's talk about the infamous gifts. Yes, I'm talking about that dead mouse or that unfortunate bird, or sometimes if you're lucky, just a random forgotten sock, or a hair tie proudly presented to you at your feet, sometimes still wriggling. Our first human reaction is often one of utter disgust, maybe a suppressed scream or a frantic search for paper towels. But hold on, before you recoil, try to understand this behavior from your cat's perspective. It's not gross, it's a profound act of love and provision. For your cat, hunting is a fundamental, deeply ingrained instinct. It's how they survive, how they care for themselves and their family. When your cat brings you their kill, they are treating you like their most beloved yet hilariously incompetent member of their pride. They believe you are utterly incapable of catching your own dinner, and they are stepping in to provide for you. They're saying, "My beloved human, you are clearly starving. Look, I have brought you sustenance. You are welcome. I have protected you from hunger." It's an offering, a sacrifice even of their hard-won bounty shared with the one they cherish above all else. It's their way of teaching you, of caring for you, of showing you that they are a capable contributing member of your shared colony. So the next time Whiskers drops a present at your feet, instead of reaching for the broom, try to muster a brave face and quietly acknowledge their immense love and generosity. It's a messy kind of affection, but it comes from the purest place in their heart. Next, let's delve deeper into the act of kneading, often called making biscuits. We touched on it briefly when they wake you up, but the true meaning goes far beyond just getting your attention. This rhythmic pushing of their paws, sometimes with claws, sometimes not, usually accompanied by a deep rumbling purr, is one of the most primal signs of feline contentment and bonding. It harkens back to their earliest days as kittens, kneading their mother's belly to stimulate milk flow. It's a behavior intrinsically linked to comfort, safety, and nourishment. When your adult cat kneads on you, especially when they settle onto your lap or chest and start making biscuits, they are experiencing a profound sense of security and happiness. They are essentially regressing to their most vulnerable, contented state, a place of pure bliss and trust, and they are doing it with you. They're not just comfortable, they are utterly, completely at peace and loved in your presence. It's their way of saying, "You are my ultimate comfort. You make me feel as safe and cherished as I did with my mother. I could stay here forever wrapped in your love." It's a deep, almost meditative act for them, a physical manifestation of their profound love and relaxation. And isn't that just the most beautiful thing, to be the source of such deep, primal contentment for another being? Finally, let's revisit headbutting, or bunting, but with a focus on its deeper meaning beyond just rescenting. When your cat bumps their head against your forehead, your cheek, or your leg, they are doing more than just transferring their scent. They are performing a powerful act of intimate bonding. Cats have scent glands on their cheeks, foreheads, and flanks. When they rub these areas against you, they are marking you as theirs. This isn't just about ownership, it's about inclusion. They are literally weaving their scent with yours, creating a shared, unique colony scent that identifies you both as an inseparable unit. It's their way of saying, "You are my family and I am yours. We are connected irrevocably. You belong to me and I belong to you now and forever." It's an act of profound trust and affection, demonstrating that they consider you an integral, irreplaceable part of their closest social group. They wouldn't do this with just anyone. They do it with you, their absolute favorite. So you see, our cats are far more complex, intuitive, and deeply loving than we often give them credit for. They are not just aloof creatures who demand food and naps. They are protectors, healers, providers, and soulmates, expressing their love in ways that are uniquely feline. From their watchful eyes and concerned meows to their gifts, their contented kneading, and their intimate headbutts, every action is a testament to the powerful, beautiful bond you share. Isn't it amazing to have such a dedicated furry companion who loves you so fiercely? These moments, these quirky, tender, sometimes gross displays of affection, are the true treasures of living with a cat. Cherish them, understand them, and return that love in kind. If you loved uncovering these secret signals of your cat's affection, and if you want to understand even more about your incredible feline friends, please show us some love. Give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel for more heartwarming insights, and most importantly, tell us in the comments below, what unique ways does your cat show you they're your absolute favorite human? Your stories inspire us to create even more content, and we love hearing all about your amazing furry companions.